Alright, back on the long dark. 8 minutes left on the challenge. I've literally just sat in front of this fire the whole time, so I'm going to clip out everything in between because there's literally nothing to show. Yep, didn't really use that much wood either. Because all I was doing is just sitting here. I wasn't actually advancing time in the game. Yeah. Which is something I'll talk about later as far as something they could have done better. I'm just gonna go ahead and sleep here as much as I want, really. Alright, fully rested. Cool. 5 hours left on the fire. I mean, there was enough wood in here to last me the whole freaking time. Oh, let me try this fire log, actually. 5:52, 9:52. Yeah. So, 7 minutes left before I win. Nothing. I'm gonna win. There's nothing. I'm not going back outside, and there's no wolves out there anyway, and I wouldn't go that far anyway. So, just gonna finish it off with full stats here. There we go. So, 6 minutes left. So, what I'm going to do, I think, is just kind of talk about what my thoughts are on the whole 4 Days of Night, how I thought it went, how much fun it was for me, things that I thought I could have done better, things that they could improve, Hinterland Studios could improve as far as the actual experience. So, first I'm going to go over what I did wrong. I didn't realize the game was progressive, so when I went into it, I thought it was like challenge mode. It was a per day challenge, and you just had to survive that day. And then if you survived that day, you got a check mark, and then you move on to the next day. And if you got all 4 check marks, you got the badge. No, it's progressive, so your same character carries on through each day, and I didn't realize that at all. Another big mistake I made was kind of related to the progressive, not realizing that, is I fired off all that gun ammo for no reason whatsoever. I fired off like 13 rounds just for kicks because I was bored at that point on day 1, when I should have been preparing for the next 3 days, but I didn't realize it was progressive, so it goes back to the first mistake. Fishing was an absolute troll. Like, they trolled us good. Or at least they trolled me. I don't know if anybody else tried to fish. You can't fish. But they give you fishing hooks and fishing line and tons of pry bars. So, what does someone inevitably end up doing is trying to fish, and you're not going to get anything. I probably spent about 10 hours of in-game time trying to fish. Totally useless. Didn't need to happen. Waste of time. They should have maybe clarified something about fishing. I don't know. I guess when they said that all wildlife was gone, I should have thought that included fish, but, you never know. So, fishing, I should have given up after the first hour, honestly, but I'm persistent. Another mistake I made was expecting certain things and zones to be open. Like, I expected Forlorn Muskeg to be open, and it wasn't. And so I don't even know really what the extent of the open zones that are in this game. I know that Mountain Town was open. I saw somebody else over there in Mountain Town. Apparently that was a great spot to go. I don't know if Desolation Point was open or not. I'm pretty sure that Timberwolf Mountain was closed. Yeah, I'm not sure about the other zones. I know Pleasant Valley was open as well, so that's another place you could have gone. I ruled that place out, though, because the blizzards get too extreme there, and it's too big in between places to hide, and I didn't want to freeze to death over there, so I opted for something more like Coastal Highway, which is, Mystery Lake. Mystery Lake doesn't have as many places to hide, but all the places that exist are much closer together than Pleasant Valley. Pleasant Valley's too big of a map to try something like this on, in my opinion. And because some of those zones were closed, like Forlorn Muskeg, and I don't know if Desolation Point was closed or not, but because those points were closed, those zones were closed rather. Yeah, I expected to get arrows, and I was kind of prepping for that. That was kind of my whole shtick there for a while, was to save up, make sure I got arrowheads. You know, kind of like survival mode. You're the same exact thing, and I guess I treated it like survival mode, and maybe I shouldn't have. So that's kind of things that I thought I did wrong. And unfortunately, things that I did right was save up for the last day here, because I didn't have to do anything. I literally just had to survive, sit in front of a fire. And, you know, an unfortunate byproduct of me being prepared for the last day is that there's not really any footage worth watching of it. So that's unfortunate, but hey, I'm here for the badge, really, and to have fun. So, and we'll take that last point into things that I think Hinterland Studios did wrong or could improve on for this mode. First off, it was way too easy. Just in general, it was way too easy. They should have done, not the Stalker, but maybe like a Voyeur or something like that. This is like a very easy game mode. There's certain things that were hard and certain things that were very easy, and I think that overall it was just way too easy to do everything in this game. Especially giving us a whole first day to prepare. That was, a lot of people capitalized on that and really made out like bandits because they looted everywhere, right? They spent, 5 hours of real life time in the first day collecting everything they could possibly find. So they ended up just way overstocked for everything, and it kind of became a joke, which goes back to it was too easy. Another mistake they made that made it too easy was they told us what was happening on each day. Big mistake, because, for example, this fourth day I knew there was a blizzard coming, so for the last 2 days, 3 days even, I've been stocking up wood in this place. I have enough wood to last me in this cabin months if I had to, and never leave. So big mistake telling us what was coming, as far as like the wolves, the aurora, everything. We should have found out on the day that it was released what new crazy thing was going to happen. Telling us that, here's the badge coming in soon, maybe? Badge? We'll see if that ever comes up. Big mistake telling us, wolves are coming, or wolves are coming. There's going to be an aurora for the whole day, etc. Like, don't tell us that. Keep it secret. Because, knowing that there's the badge finally, knowing that, you're going to be stuck in a blizzard for the last day is going to totally change how you prepare for everything. Where you're going to be, what you're going to do, how you're going to stock up, If I would have thought that, it would be more combat-centric instead of a blizzard, that maybe all of a sudden there would be bears coming after me and they'd be hunting me or something like that, I wouldn't have saved up a bunch of wood in a cabin. So, telling us what was coming, big mistake. Another thing that they should do is think about adding daily objectives so that you have to do something that day, right? You can't just do like I did on the last day and just stay in the cabin the whole time and just do nothing, right? They should have daily objectives like you need to find this many pumpkins on the first day, or, on the second day you need to kill 2 wolves or something like that, Something progressive that gets people that they have to do a certain thing. I'm not saying to make it super in-depth, like you have to do all these things in a list that's mile long, just something general that keeps people going and something to do, because when there's nothing to do, Another mistake I think they made was using real life time rather than game time. So, 2 hours of playing each day, I mean, I'm fine with that, but they should have done is truncated that out to an average daytime. Like, you must survive 1 week or whatever, and that would be the equivalent of, 2 hours of real time playing the game. Because, you burn a lot more resources when you sleep and when you cut things down. You're advancing game time much more quickly than you are real life time. So in the end, it's like what I did here. It's better to just sit and do nothing and advance real life time at the lowest possible. I'm kind of getting into like min-maxing here, but maximizing your in-game to real life time. You know what I'm saying? so that you're maximizing your resources overall. I think that's dumb. They should just use game time so that you know, you're not doing these kind of tricks where you're trying to maximize something that doesn't really have any real impact on the game whatsoever. Overall, it was pretty fun. I had fun. It was interesting. It wasn't as crazy as I thought it would be. I was expecting way more crazier things to happen, and it was pretty laid back, honestly. I think, yeah, a lot of mistakes were made in day one, but just the advantage of not having any wildlife, being able to collect everything, pushed me right up at the top. You know, being able to find a bunch of items and then hunkering down in a semi-good spot was good. Yeah, day 2 was rough because I didn't keep the rifle from day 1, and I used up all the ammo, and I didn't have anything to deal with the wolves. That was probably the roughest day by far, but you know, we made it through that. Almost died, but that was mostly my fault for not for being too aggressive with the wolves and trying to do too much too fast. Day 3, I really got saved by finding that flashlight. You know, finding the flashlight was huge. Really huge finding that flashlight, because you know it's better than the rifle at that point. So I mean, look how many sticks I had, look how much firewood I had. I mean, I didn't even finish my reclaimed wood. I was only burning reclaimed wood this whole time. I have a whole pile of, like, gotta be at least 50 wood over here and maybe 100 sticks over there, and look how much water I had stocked up. Tinder, fire starting stuff, cans, more wood. I even had a couple pieces of coal. Yeah, I was just way overstocked. So overall, I liked it. I hope next time it's a little more challenging, a little bit more objective based, and a little bit more things to do, and you know, you have to do it. But overall, I had a lot of fun, and I hope all this is worth watching in the end. But all right, that's it for the long dark 4 days a night. Not too bad overall. I think a lot of fun. So thanks for tuning in, and till next time.